Hello everybody, it's MK03, welcome back to a new commentary video. So, George Not Found has found himself in hot water, I'll say. That's right, I'm not even surprised a new YouTuber every month gets into some serious drama. So, let's get started on today's commentary video, shall we? So, a streamer named Katie has stated that George allegedly sexually assaulted her. However, during both times Katie was with George, it hasn't been proven that she was being sexually assaulted. There was one time in VidCon when they met, and during this time in VidCon, Katie stated that she believed that George was trying to flirt with her, and she was uncomfortable with it. Because of an age difference with her and George, she was 18, and George was 26 during this time. However, in his POV, he expected most of the people in VidCon to be over 18, and later DM'd her, which made her assume that he knew she was over 18. And there is a picture. By the way, George explained this in better detail than I am. Watch his video on it. And she also had a wristband stating over 21. George didn't have anything to go against that theory that she was 18 or anything, because most of the things, including the wristband, make his POV valid. And the second time they hung out was the second night of VidCon. During this time, George met one of his online friends, and they went to the party. Katie was there, George sat next to her, and Katie got confused, but everything was just fine. This wasn't even when the allegations came to play, and they were sitting together. She never got uncomfortable or gave George any noticeable indication of her being uncomfortable, which made George think everything was alright. The last thing about it was she resorted to her game on her phone, to the game on her phone, to avoid the awkward situation she was in, which in reality she passed the phone around to everyone to show them the game, which is very deceptive to be using a truthful but leaving out a detail like that out. And then went on the couch and cuddled for an hour while she plays the game. And she states, and I quote, "He slipped my hand under my shirt and put it into places I didn't want it to be," and saying, and I was overly aware of it while everyone else was there. Here's one thing, she made it sound way different than what it was. Well, yes, he did go under her shirt. He made sure she was comfortable with it at first and didn't see anything uncomfortable. She didn't make an expression from her, nor did she tell him to stop. She made George and pictured him as a bad guy, when in reality, she's being more deceptive with her wording while being half truthful. And plus, every time they engaged in anything similar to that, she playfighted, smiled, or laughed, which gave her no reason to act like it was him preying on her. Because instead of telling him or trying to give him a noticeable difference on the way she acts, she just has fun, nothing else. George had really no reason to think that she didn't like it or anything. She didn't behave differently either. So what do I think of this drama? I honestly am with George with this one. In his point of view, she never gave him clues at all. She didn't act different. She didn't look different. She didn't even try to say anything about it. She didn't even tell him to stop. Nothing. She enjoyed her time there and stayed behind because she also had her friends there who left. But she did stay. So you feel uncomfortable. You laugh and smile with the guy who you see is quote unquote preying on you. Can you make that make sense? Really? I will never understand why some people just want to go or want to get noticed for what? Ruining someone's life? Do you want to make a quick buck or something? Like what? I don't understand why people do this. Because it doesn't just happen to big YouTubers. It also happens to small ones too. And this happens more often than you guys may think. Every creator that I used to watch as a kid either got just trauma for serious stuff or retired. And I see why some of them retired, so they don't see degenerates try and take down the legacy they built. Now I'm going to say this again, and I highly recommend you watch George's video on it. He goes in better detail than I do in this video. I'm just the guy that has common sense. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's commentary video. If you did, why not like, subscribe, and if you also want, you can donate to my Cash App or comment. Anyways, bye.